Hey guys, what's happening? It's Ike from Flipside Music, and welcome to What the F.A.Q, Season 2, Episode 5. I'm here with
Dylan
from the Hillin, chilling on Tuesday morning. Trying to do Tuesday morning, so we're ready to go for Friday.
Yeah, we're trying to, I mean, it seems to be working. Everybody's kind of getting the questions in those first few days anyway.
Right.
So.
Well, nobody's watching after like 2-3 days.
Well, it's like our 66 viewers. We just need to get to like 666.
I just want to get to 100. I wish we could get 100 all the time. That would be nice.
Yeah.
We got some after they, it's like
trickle over.
Yeah, it's like fishing. You kind of let the line sit out there for a while. Eventually, somebody's going to catch it.
Yeah.
So
we just got to find our good fish hole.
Got to find your fish hole. Find your fish hole. Yeah, well, we'll kind of things will work out. Dylan's got a used gear alert video coming up here soon. Probably we'll put that up on, I don't know, Monday.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good.
I think maybe Monday.
I think it's pretty much ready to roll. So
yeah, we got a couple other ones that are getting edited, so hopefully that'll draw the masses.
Yeah.
The masses into the YouTube experience that is Flipside.
Hopefully we'll get a little quicker with them. We kind of have an idea. We've basically just been working the format out, so let us know how this.
And we don't know how to work the.
Well, yeah, we're getting used to all the equipment and the editing and all that. Yeah. Well, there's lots of things to learn along the way.
Yeah, I agree. All right, well, so let's jump into the questions this week. Let's see, what do we got here? Any new guitars come in this week? Bruce Anderson asks us.
Oh, I should have grabbed the Gretsch. I wasn't thinking. We did have a cool used Gretsch that came in on trade.
Duo Jet,
in black.
Sweet.
Yeah, with dual Filtertron. Well, it's the Gretsch Filtertrons, not the TV Jones ones, but still very cool. The neck is actually surprisingly little. It's wee.
Yeah, it's
great to play. Like, it feels great.
Yeah, it's really comfortable.
Just very tiny.
Yeah, it's thin.
Yeah,
as far as I'm concerned.
Which is interesting because the guitar itself is pretty weighty, so it's like it's all in the body.
It's a nice guitar though.
Bottom heavy.
It sounds killer though.
It actually does. Yeah, it's a pretty great one. What else came in?
New ones. We got like the Vintera 50 series Strat and Daphne Blue with the white pickguard. I'll tell you what.
That one's dangerous.
And it's got like a soft V neck profile in the back, which is perfect for Dylan.
Our 66 followers.
Right, 66 followers know that Dylan's love for the soft V. But that guitar, it's got the staggered. I don't remember what pickups in it, but the staggered Vintera series. But man, I'll tell you what, it sounds
really good.
Really good.
I haven't actually plugged it in yet because I didn't want to tempt myself even further. But even just hearing you guys play, it's pretty great. Playing it though, like the neck itself is awesome.
Yeah, super stratty.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all Strat all day. The neck, it has that real nice, sweet, warm, creamy Strat neck pickup stuff, but everything else
it has that signature Strat jangle.
Yeah, I know it's a Strat. I get it, but some Strats don't sound like Strats.
Yeah, no, some of them
very Strat.
Yeah, this one's not pretending. It does not. Yeah.
And what's really nice too is the bridge pickup, which I usually don't like a bridge pickup in most Strats.
Yeah,
really does. It doesn't sound thin. It sounds definitely more rounded. So check that out. It's on the website. If you want one, you can get one right here. If not, check it out at your local YouTube-ish demo spaces. What else did we get in? We got a PJ Mustang bass.
We did get the American Performer into the telly, the American Performer telly, and Butterscotch. I guess they're doing a limited run on that one, right?
Yeah, which is weird because Butterscotch is like a big.
Well, yeah, it's kind of their classic.
Yeah.
What I can't remember what it's limited to though. The number of production on that one. It's not a ton.
I think that's always the. That's always the guessing game.
Oh, how limited? Yeah,
it's limited. Yeah. Well, limited is great until we sell a whole bunch of them shits, and then all of a sudden we got more limited.
Yeah, then it becomes unlimited.
Right. So that's a new one. What else did we get in? We got a used Reverend 390.
Yes.
In rock orange, which is awesome, which does have the rose with fretboards. So
the old model. Yep.
Check that out. So I mean, those
are
in
great shape cool. Too. Actually, that one we might even maybe try to squeeze in the used gear review too.
Yeah,
help move that one along.
Yeah, that's a great guitar.
Yeah, it really is. I think that's most of the new ones. We had a cool like oddball Ibanez come in that actually, once I gave it a setup, wasn't half bad. It's weird, kind of ugly, but
which one? The gray one?
The pewter gray one with the purple. It's not bad.
It's got DiMarzio super distortions, which are purple. Good.
Yeah,
and they rip pretty good.
Yeah, and after a good setup, it feels pretty good. It's a little, again, Ibanez, they're not my thing, but I mean those Ibanez specifically aren't, but yeah, that's a fun one.
Nice playing guitar. So that's some of the new stuff that's come in this week.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the next question.
All right. Do you want to do Tim's or Bruce's second question?
Bruce. Change it up.
All right. Well, Tim White had a very specific question. His is, has we ever come across an AB box that has the individual paths isolated from each other? Says he has the electroharmonic switchblade, and then he's getting some bleed over from B into A. I can't say I've ever run across that myself specifically, so I'm kind of wondering maybe if it's that one, maybe the switchblade or even that specific one. So that's something I think, Detective Davenport Cadenza will have to get back to you on next week.
We'll have to get on the case,
check and see. The PIs will have to get on it. Yeah,
super isolated or something, because they should be.
Yeah, I mean they should.
They should be that way anyway.
Right.
Maybe it's the pedal. I mean, electro sometimes,
and I mean, an active ABY could be another option. Like JHS makes a good one. That one definitely isolates it, but I believe it also buffers each side, so you don't have any signal loss on either end of it. So that's one to consider. But yeah, now I'm gonna have to try, because we have a few from One Control too that should do the job. But
yep,
I'll have to investigate.
There might be other factors involved in that too, in the bleed over bit.
Right.
So it would, without seeing the actual rig.
Well, I'd kind of like to know if he's getting like actual signal from B bleeding over into A, or exactly
or is it air traffic control.
Yeah, or something else. Yeah, like something else, or if he's running maybe two signal paths and he's getting effects blending. I don't know. Or maybe he's actually even getting ground loop or something too. So there's a lot of things.
A lot of factors.
All right. Bruce Anderson had another question.
Bruce too.
So his was, what is your honest opinion on the Reverend Guitars Greg Cox signature Gristle Master, and do the pickups sound like real single coil pickups? I would say you're more single coily than me, so I don't know if I have.
So I would say, number one, in regards to the guitar itself, I think it's awesome. And, it's one of those ones kind of on my list. I'd like to grab one at some point, but I need to dwindle some of my own guitars.
Yeah.
And but I like the feel of it. I like the look of it. Number one, I mean, it's nice. It's bound. It looks cool. I think they look cool. The body's a little bit bigger than a standard Telecaster. Not much. It's a little bit thinner too, but not where it's really noticeable. We measured it all out. Me and actually Matt from Texas Toast, we measured it all out just to kind of see where it was at. And it's minimal, but it's definitely different.
Yeah.
But it's pretty cool. The neck feels really comfortable. It's fast, and it's a comfortable neck, just like the what do you call it? Just like all the other Reverend stuff. So that's kind of what we that's kind of what I like about that. As far as the pickups, I think they sound very single coily. I mean, and you got different voicings in there as well. So you kind of what you're hearing online is kind of what some of the reviews is what you get, and you can tweak it. It's pretty awesome. So I would say yes.
Yeah. I haven't not spent much time on them, honestly. So
yeah, I mean, I'm on board.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
I'm on board. There's a nice clarity.
Well,
to
I think
them.
you have much more authority with Tellys, obviously. So
yeah, so I'm convinced on it. And everybody that's come in and picked one up from us has been happy. Nobody's come back and said, nah.
Well, and actually, we even had a few customers that like the pickup so much that already had a Telly that they just went ahead and grabbed the pickups from us and had those installed. So
yeah, we just had that a couple days ago.
Yeah, so that's I think that definitely speaks to it too. If you already have a Telly, I mean the pickups themselves, if you didn't want to make the full jump for the guitar,
yeah, you could just, and it drops. Apparently, they drop right in. So Nick, our tech, basically, because I asked him, I said, was there any extra stuff that had to be done in order to get the the Fishman's in there, and he said it's pretty much just a drop right in.
That's nice.
So if you're interested, maybe not in the guitar, but the pickups, we have those. It's all a shameless plug today.
Well, yeah, but it's a rare occurrence that we actually have like the pieces too. I mean, having the pickups and hardware in addition, if you didn't want to make the full jump,
right?
Like that's a good
way to go.
Yeah, it's a good compromise.
Yeah, I agree. So I hope that helps you out. I'm on board with it. I think it's a great guitar, personally.
Nice. All right. Speaking of Texas Toast, since you did mention them, they have a question for us. How about an Antigua Finish RD? Says, is that the least cool thing we could ever possibly do? If I remember right, Antigua's like that. It's like a banana that you left outside just a little too long.
Is that what it was? Because I thought he was just being a jokester and being like Antigua, like it's like
no,
like antique, but
no, it's
Caribbean style. It's
well,
like a Caribbean style antique job.
It's like rotten banana chic.
Oh,
it's that like those guitars, like it almost looks like banana pudding in the middle, and then it has like a crust, like a brownish grayish crust.
Banana pudding. I'd have to say I may have had banana pudding once in my life.
Oh, what the hell?
What?
You haven't been in the South enough.
Dude, I'm Italian from New York.
I know, but banana pudding was like
pudding,
a good wafer.
We didn't have much of that.
Here, let me see.
Shit ton of cannolis, though. Anything stuffed with ricotta cheese, I'm sure I've had it. But, I don't know, maybe Antigua sound... Oh, that's terrible. No.
I don't know if that'll even pick that up. Probably not. Oh, no.
I'm going to go ahead and say no.
Yeah, that's, see, that's an apt description, right?
Yeah.
Rotten banana?
Yeah, with the outside.
Yeah, like a little crusty.
I don't want to do that, Matt. No.
I kind of want to do it now just because he brought it up.
No. Why don't you guys let us know? Would you go with the Antigua? Look it up.
Yeah, look up Antigua.
Antigua.
Antigua. Mama.
Come on, pretty honey, won't you play me tomorrow? Go look at it. Let me know if you guys would be into that, because I don't think so. We're still talking about doing the flip toast guitar, too. So the RD is on the table. I do have some other suggestions, though, because now I'm off to...
Beyond Antigua.
Well, now I'm on, Cabernita quest for some reason. Like I need that shit. But you know how I do it.
Yeah. But this one's different.
Right. It's got different pickups, honey. I mean, totally does a different thing.
That's funny.
No, Matt. Sorry. No. All right. Next, Ben Coombs, our preferred Canadian retailer, asks a question.
Which product, i.e. pedal, guitar, or amp, were you really excited to try out, but were let down when you actually tried it? There's been quite a few pedals for me.
Yeah, there's been a few pedals that we thought were like, whoa, this thing's going to sound great, because we've heard it on, demo videos, and then we got it, and we're like, wah, wah, wah. Yeah. Well, this thing is not like the other. Yeah, it wasn't quite,
Well, there's certain ones, too, that I feel like, as time has progressed, like, I think if I'd known what to do with it back then, maybe it might not have, but there's definite ones that, like, I thought were going to be really great and just didn't quite hit the mark for me. For me, like, the Zabracadabra from Cattle and Bread, like, I do like it now. I know how to use it a little bit better and understanding how it works, but for me, actually getting just the treble booster end of it was a much better approach than, like, it was, for me, it was a little too fuzzy, and Iommi's like really not fuzzy. Like he has, I guess sonically, you kind of get impressions of it being fuzzy, but it's really just a warm amp with the treble booster going on. And like for me, that was a much better way to get closer to that sound than trying to actually get the preamp with the treble booster on it. Not to say that it's not good. I mean, it's a good pedal. It just wasn't for me.
Yeah, and, it wasn't. It didn't hit your expectation.
Right, and the treble booster on its own did much more of what I was expecting. So,
gotcha.
Yeah.
I think one for me might have been like that the Billy Gibbons Octave EQ.
Oh, the big
Siente Satos or whatever it's called. Now,
you're not an octave fuzz guy, but it's a little weird.
Right. It didn't come across like I thought. It's a good pedal. Don't get me wrong. So I'm not shitting on it. I'm just saying it didn't quite hit my expectation or what I thought it was going to be. So I'd say that one was.
Well, what were you hoping for that one?
I don't know.
Because honestly, like, he's not somebody, like, again, like we've talked about, like Slash with the octave fuzz, like Billy Gibbons.
That one I liked.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, they're not something I immediately. I'm sure
I don't associate that with that person right away.
Right. Whereas, and if you're gonna play an Octavia, I actually did really like that one because Octavias to me are always so thin because it's usually a really thin fuzz face circuit with an Octavia thing stamped on top of it. So then by the time you get to that, it's just thin and kind of shrill. Whereas like that one, you can beef up the low end and all the mid, so it actually sounds like a full-fledged fuzz when you're using like the rhythms part. Right. Because the Octavia part doesn't really jump out till you're higher on the neck. So
and that's the thing is maybe I don't know. I just thought it was gonna be a little different.
Yeah. Well, honestly, fuzzes in general are always something like we tell it to customers all the time. Yeah. They're so personal. Like, you might like the way it sounds, but you don't like the way it feels, or you might like the way it feels, but you hate the way it sounds. And it's all about finding like the two where you like both.
Right. And you got to, I think I just posted a video from Brian Wampler today, which is Tuesday, but you'll see this on Friday, about, basically going to a store and listening to it, plugging it in, hearing what the hell you're in because of video production and
well, demos, and the one thing videos stuff, will never capture to me, especially for fuzzes, is the feel. Yeah. Because to me, like fuzzes, there's certain fuzzes that, like I use this analogy a lot. There's certain ones that are like sprinting through mud. Like you try, no matter how fast you might think you could run with it, like it's just, it's just sludge. Where there's other fuzzes that are they respond almost more like an overdrive, and they're kind of tight. They're a little more reactive to your pick attack, and those ones, definitely play a little different than the sludgy ones. Right. But that's the one thing, like, I'll never trust, like, a video of a fuzz for the feel. Like, I can appreciate with the sonic sound of it, right, but I'll never know, like, until I try it.
And I think sometimes with that, too, is with the videos, it helps you kind of, like, maybe thin the herd.
Yes,
narrow down. So if you're looking at a bunch of stuff, I think videos are great because then you're going, that's not really quite the sound. That's not even in the ballpark of like the stuff that we have with it's really those fuzz pedals that have the super hard clip to them.
Yeah, like the weird shit like the Fuzz Factories and the Great Destroyer and the gated fuzzes.
Yeah, those to me, I'm like, it's can't do it.
Well, and see that
would take it off the plate for me. Right. That would take it off the table. So I think that's where videos are would be good because you can kind of narrow down your search at that point and then go into the retailer that you that you appreciate.
Well, even for me, I really I think JHS put out a video not too long ago where they compared a good portion of like the different versions of the Big Muff, and like one of the biggest disappointments for me when I was first trying pedals was the NYC Big Muff. I hate that thing. It's so scooped. It's to me, unless you have just a really, really, really bright amp to begin with, it's just not even usable. And whereas like the Tri-Muff, the Green Russians, even the op amp, I love those all so much more just because they have enough more, mids that they don't disappear. And like to me, the NYC Big Muff, like if you want to disappear in a mix, like that's the one. Yeah,
it's not for everybody.
Yeah, but that was like the biggest because everybody kept telling me when I first started, oh, you gotta check out a Big Muff, like that's what you gotta check out. And I checked out the NYC, and it was just like that one did not hit it at all. But I did end up discovering later that the Big Muff family was still the right one for me. It was just not the right version of it for me.
Right. And you could also EQ if you had a EQ in there that you wanted to mess around and bring that stuff up. But then you're taking one pedal and having to
supplement it with another.
You kind of got to fix it. Right. But all right. So where are we? What's next here?
Mike Brody, I think, the last one.
Are the 490R and 498T pickups high or low output?
So these are what they put in a lot of, like, any of the Les Paul specials that are the double humbucker ones. A lot of the SGs out there have these.
Gibson stuff.
Yeah, a lot of the Explorers and Vs at different, they'll mix them. Sometimes the 500 will sneak its way in there, but the 490R, the 498T, the 500, those are all kind of all in the mix. And generally, they're not low output. I think Gibson usually bills them as like 12 to 14, But I would actually get them measured because I have the same ones in my Explorer, and the bridge, surprisingly, is like 16.5K, which is like well above what they said it should be.
Yeah.
And that's why, I was so surprised because I've never really heard another Explorer that's quite as like growly as mine tends to get. Mm-hmm. But I think a big part of it is just because the pickup is just, it's always hot. So even the clean side, it's always got a little grit, which I like about it. But yeah, generally they're not considered low. Like to me, low output is like in that 6 to 8K range. Especially for humbuckers. For single coils, obviously that's going to change. But
yeah,
for humbuckers, low to me is like 6 to 8K, which is not
pretty
even
low.
Yeah, that's not even that common anymore.
But you get a different vibe out of those too. You know,
right.
Then you're kind of pushing your amp a little bit
more.
Well,
and you can kind of get more out of your drives and stuff. Whereas, like, yeah, if you want to kind of let the pickup do a little bit more of the work, those are good
heavy lifting.
Yeah. But yeah, they're good pickups. I mean, they're kind of, to me, like a lot of the Gibson stuff, like, people rip it out a lot of times, but at the same time, a lot of classic stuff was done with those pickups. So it's like,
I've played a few different Gibsons with them in them. I kind of like the pickups, to be honest. I'm like, they sound all right. You can make some adjustments where you want certain things, but I think they sound pretty good. I mean, they're not.
I personally like them in lower tunings a little more because in E they can be a little too sharp sometimes, but in like E flat or even down to C, like they sound really good to me. But just because of the low end kind of,
I don't play in lower tuning.
Well, even E flat though, it shaves off just enough of that high end treble to kind of for those to sound a little better. Well, yeah.
Roll back. Roll back.
Yeah, but you got to be 10 and 10 when you're rocking.
Yeah, not always. No, I don't think so.
You're only partially rolling if you're not on 10.
Right. What else we got here? That's it, right?
I think that's it. Yeah.
I think that is it for this week. Hey guys, hit the button, hit the like. Please tell all your friends about the shenanigans, about the F.A.Q. And we will catch you guys next week right on here, same Flipside channel. Probably the same time, maybe. Could be. You never know. We do the best we can. Plus or minus like 3 days. So we'll catch you guys on the flip side.
You're on the Dr. Phil show. A problem is that you're into yourself, that you flirt with girls, that you're not plugged into your marriage. You're in the green room hitting on my staff. What the hell are you thinking?